Welcome to another episode of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs, the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. It's Monday, July 21st, 2014, and on today's show, Antipov and Mahot win the Prestige Cup, Anderson and Montgomery shine in Pittsburgh, Bornstein back in the saddle, Greg Brandt's pro card victory, and Cacavalli's sweet finish. All that and much, much more only on Muscle in the Morning. This past weekend, several of the nation's best bikini and men's physique pros arrived in Boca Raton, Florida for a chance to contest the brand new IFBB Prestige Crystal Cup. In the men's physique division, Anton Antipov took first place honors, while Brazil's Felipe Franco took second, and South Florida's Ruben Gordon finished in third. In the bikini division, Stephanie Mahot snagged first, narrowly edging out Lacey DeLuca, who was noticeably improved in the glute department, and Naomi Ola rounded out the top three. The huge success of this contest once and for all solidified the general belief that bikini and men's physique are the two fastest growing, most exciting divisions in the IFBB. For complete results and contest photos, log on to rxmuscle.com. This past weekend in Pittsburgh, PA, virtual unknown John Anderson, a self-proclaimed fat kid from California, dominated the NPC Masters bodybuilding over 35 and over 40 division and emerged as the men's overall champion at 40 plus. In only his second bodybuilding show of his life, the 42-year-old Anderson now holds a coveted IFBB Pro card. This may sound impressive on the surface, but it gets even more unbelievable when you consider the fact that Anderson is already an ASC pro in the discipline of strongman. This gives Anderson the distinction of being the only man to hold pro status in both strongman and bodybuilding. And if this all weren't enough, Anderson is also a pro wrestler in Japan's very competitive Pro Wrestling League. Intrigued yet? Well, if you'd like to hear more about the man who once deadlifted 500 pounds for 21 reps in less than 60 seconds, tune in to tonight's episode of Heavy Muscle Radio, exclusively at rxmuscle.com. While John Anderson won the men's Masters 40 plus overall, perennial top NPC national bodybuilder Coach Hendetka took overall honors and the IFBB Pro card in the men's Masters over 35 division. Skip Robinson dominated the 50 plus, Gary Zook took the 60, James Korn, the over 70, and Jim Arrington survived long enough to win the over 80 division and earn his IFBB Pro status as well. The MVP of the weekend, however, had to be, without a doubt, the incredible Cody Montgomery, who not only became the first man to win the NPC Team Nationals overall title 3 times, but he also walked home with the title of NPC Collegiate Nationals overall champ as well. This 19-year-old has more national level wins under his belt than most bodybuilders can even imagine to ever hope for, and his future at this point looks limitless. Congrats to all of this weekend's great champions. This is the story of a former equestrian who had to sell her horses because of a divorce. Kelly Jean Bornstein walked into the gym 3 years ago without even knowing how to use an elliptical, but she found herself a personal trainer and set a goal for herself at the age of 42. Today, she's an IFBB Bikini Pro after winning the Class B in the 45 plus division at this past weekend's NPC Masters Nationals. An ecstatic Bornstein had this to say to Muscle in the Morning. Quote, "It felt both surreal and gratifying. I started 2 years ago at the NPC Cutler in Boston and took 13 out of 13th in the Masters class. I was both humbled and determined to do better. 2 years and 15 shows later, I came in first at the Masters Nationals. Again, surreal and gratifying." NPC Masters men's physique 35 plus overall champ Greg Brandt trained hard for what he thought would be a successful career in the NFL. But God had a different plan for him, and it had to do with the sport of bodybuilding and making a positive impact on people's lives through physical fitness. Brandt's work ethic and discipline are ironclad. He actually prepped himself for this contest. When asked how the victory felt for the new IFBB Pro card recipient, he had this to say, quote, "It is very true honor to have won amongst a good group of competition, and I would like to thank God for giving me the strength and power to compete. I really want to thank my girlfriend and IFBB Women's Physique Pro, Unica Desir, who was definitely by my side throughout the whole process. Also, my coach, Julio Hernandez, and all of my family and friends for their continued support." Gino Cacavalli has been committed to fitness his entire life. A former law enforcement officer and bounty hunter who retired from these careers in order to pursue fitness full-time, currently serves as a technical advisor for Muscle and Fitness Hers magazine and has authored a revolutionary workout program called Resist. This past weekend, Cacavalli made good on his dream of becoming an IFBB pro after placing second in the men's physique over 40 Class E. The elated Cacavalli had this to say to Muscle in the Morning. To have won a pro card approaching 50 years old is a bit surreal and emotional. After being in the sport since 1988, I finally have one thing that has eluded me. It is the best day I've ever had in the sport for 30 years. I work exclusively with Jerry Montanari from Montanari Brothers Powerhouse Gym in New Haven, Connecticut, my diet and contest prep, and work with Kenny Wallach for Posing by Kenny for all my posing out of the same gym. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. Brought to you by Iron Mag Labs, the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. And for full quotes and Muscle in the Morning bonus features, join Muscle in the Morning's official Facebook page. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook.